The Seventh Adventist Church, beloved in the Seventh Adventist Church, this is a very urgent message called being a pastor. Arise and shine to the pastoral ministry. Arise and shine to the pastoral ministry. Taken from Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah 17, verse 14, starting off. Okay, beloved? Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved. For thou art my praise. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee. Neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. Be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. Let them be confounded. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. Now, beloved in the Seventh Adventist Church, what is a pastor? Well, the Bible describes what a pastor is. Go to 1 Timothy chapter 3. 1 Timothy chapter 3. Verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth the good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given hospitality, apt to teach. So a pastor, beloved, is a bishop, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given hospitality, apt to teach. Not given to wine nor striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, one that ruleth, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God? So a pastor is a man, the husband of one wife, ruling his children and his wife with all gravity. That's a pastor. Also, Jeremiah 23, verse 1. Jeremiah 23, verse 1 describes what a pastor is, beloved in the Seventh Adventist Church. Jeremiah 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastor to destroy the scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and I will bring upon them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful with increase. And I will set shepherds over them, which are pastors a shepherd, a pastor is a bishop. Feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. Neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and execute judgment and justice in the earth. So a pastor is a man, beloved. A pastor is of the male gender, a bishop, an overseer. How does the Bible also describe pastor? We went to Timothy, then we went to Jeremiah. Now we're going to go to Titus. Titus is in the New Testament, beloved. Titus. Titus is right after 1st, 2nd Timothy, verse 5. For this cause I left thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city as I have appointed thee. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife, having faithful children, not accused of riot or unruly. For a bishop must be blameless, as a steward of God, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine or striker, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate. So a bishop must have children, not accused of riot or unruly. He must be married, having the husband of one wife, in order to be a bishop or a pastor, beloved. So, even though I'm trained, I have a certificate in church leadership, which which qualifies me to serve as a licensed pastor within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Until I get married and have children, not accused of rider and ruling, I rule my own house well, I'm not qualified to serve as a bishop, even though I have the education, or a pastor, because of the biblical qualifications. Educational qualifications is simply the first step to serving as a pastor in the Adventist Church. You must also have the marriage qualifications. You must be a man with faithful children that are not accused of riot, and have a wife that you rule well. Ephesians 5:22 talks about this. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, beloved. Oh, beloved. These are the biblical qualifications of a pastor or a bishop in the Adventist Church. A faithful steward of God. A shepherd of the flock, beloved. God's flock, his sheep, beloved. That's Titus, went to Timothy. Then we went over to Jeremiah for the word pastor. Now look over here about a man who's not ruling his house well, who's allowing women to rule and setting, like Congress president, setting over female commissioned pastors and female elders, named females as elders over the church. Look what the Bible states about these men, like Pastor Benjamin Jones, who does it here in South Central Conference, and Dana Emmons did it before him, and also the pastor over here and Conference President of North American Division, Dan Jackson, who's commissioning female pastors in his whole division against General Conference mandate. Isaiah 3:12 says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. The Lord stand up to plead, and stand up to judge the people. So women are their rule over them, beloved, and children are their oppressors. They get in their face. They're disrespectful. The child acts basely against the ancient. The woman tries to rule the man and calls the cops on the man when he tries to exercise spiritual headship in his home and in the church, beloved. It is an apostasy of latter times. So we need to rise and shine a true pastoral ministry in these last days. The husband of one wife, a man is vigilant and sober, of good behavior. He's apt to teach. He's not a novice, lest being lifted up in the pride of the devil, he's snared. So I'm a novice right now. I'm not a full pastor in the Adventist Church. I'm getting training. I'm finished part of my training, and now being married and having children is the second step to being a full pastor. So pray for me, beloved, that I'm able to get married and have children and rule my own house well, so I can fit that office. Pick the office of a pastor in these last days. God bless you. Maranatha, beloved.